Hi everybody! This is my Tips and Tricks Tuesday. I'm going to apologize for my voice. It is very in and out. It is doing what its own wants.
What its own wants.
Yep. This is my husband. This is Scott.
Hello.
He does all of the IT work and stuff and web design for my shops. He just designed the shopdoc.co, which is my new website that's out for shop critiques and mentor calls. And we came across some Etsy information that we were going to explain today. It's kind of techie talk. We are both also chewing cough drops, so if we look like we've got like cotton balls in our face, here's cough drops. I want to also apologize for my absence the past 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago, I told you guys that I wasn't doing the tips and tricks because I was sick. Turns out that I wasn't feeling well because I had gallstones. Turns out that it was gallbladder disease or whatever and was really bad. So then a week later, they ripped out my gallbladder. Hi, Samantha. And so that took 2 weeks to heal, and it was 2 weeks that I healed yesterday. So I was all excited. I was going to be ready to do today's tips and tricks, right? And then I wake up and I sound like this. I can't catch a break. So that's one of the reasons why I've got Scott here today to help me so that I don't have to talk the whole time, because if I do, your guys' ears will just be bleeding.
Can you post this link?
Oh, yeah, hold on, let me see if I can get... Alright, so I'm going to post a link to what we are going to be talking about today. Melissa had sent us this link saying that it is some tech talk and she wasn't understanding too much of what was going on. So
look, it's me.
Alright. Oh, it looks like Charlotte joined and Laura and Whitney. Hi, guys! Hi, Melissa! We're going to be going over the message you sent today. Okay, so I just commented on the link that I'm going to be talking about, that he is going to be talking about.
You can just, like, mimic. You just move your mouth. I'll stand on the side like this.
Oh, we're going to lip sync?
Yeah.
And I have to guess what you're going to say? Do you see that I am not the only crazy one in this family? We are both nutty. Alright. So I'm just gonna let you... Hi, Tina! I'm gonna just randomly say hi to people while he...
Interrupt me?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut
Perfect.
you off. As soon as you're like mid-sentence, right before you're about to talk, I'm just gonna say hi to random people.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go like this when I do it.
Stop talking.
Do you want to scoot in?
No, I don't need to be closer.
Do you want to say hi to our guests?
Tell me when I should stop. So, the link is from a company called Vivid Cortex. It's not actually an Etsy thing. It's a company that Etsy hired or bought some of their software or something. We don't really care about Vivid Cortex. But the stuff that they talk about is kind of fun, I guess. Probably not for anybody else. But it's interesting. So they're talking about, like, when Etsy does database upgrades and stuff and how it affects it, and how Vivid Cortex in this case has helped them reduce downtime and make smart fixes. So we're just going to kind of go over this doc and then talk a little bit more about what...
I'm sorry. I looked at the freeze screen of the...
Perfect. So there's all the time I hear Lisa talking about, like, it's going to take 2 weeks for... if you make a change for it to
1 to
show
4.
Up, 1 to 4.
Don't give bad information.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's 1 to 4 weeks if you alter your titles, tags, or copy.
So you'll find out why that happens. So this doc, they were talking about database version upgrades. So first thing you kind of got to understand is what a database is. So every single thing that you put into your Etsy shop and everybody puts into their Etsy shop has to be stored somewhere, and that's stored in a database. In this case, the database is MySQL, it's called. So it's a lot of data. All of your copy, all of your pictures, all of your tags, every single thing that you put into your Etsy site is stored by Etsy, which is why they take a cut out of everything, because they're doing a lot of work for you that you don't have to do. And then
Is it
there's
one database?
no. So there's lots and lots of databases. If it was one database, it would be way too huge and it wouldn't function because it would be too much data, too much stuff. They got to split it up into smaller ones.
So my data is put into like 5 different databases. Even
your
though I'm one
database,
shop?
it could be. It depends on how they structure it, which is the database schemas they're called. So that there's, I don't know how they're doing it, but they could theoretically put some of your data, like high priority stuff, into a fast database, low priority stuff, like maybe the shop updates, into a different database, because that data isn't as useful as your listings. Your listings are the most important thing in your shop, pretty much, because
Okay.
it's what you sell. So those need the most attention. They need to be in the fastest databases, on the fastest hardware, and be accessible quickly.
Okay, so what are they telling us about these databases?
So in this one, this is just Vivid Cortex talking about how they helped with database upgrades. So like everything, every piece of software, they make changes, it needs to be updated. So one thing apparently that Vivid Cortex can do is side-by-side comparisons so that they can have a copy of the data in production, duplicate it out to another set of databases, and upgrade that duplicate. And then when somebody searches for something, it can do a real search against the real data and a fake search that we don't see against the fake data, and then they make sure that everything looks
Identical?
the same. They should match. If something's not matching, then something in the database update is causing an issue, and they got to go bug fix and find out what that is. So the nice thing about that is that they can make a lot of updates, and we don't know that they're happening.
Okay, so the first part of this where it says database version upgrades, that's all they're saying?
Yep.
That's basically just saying the unit that stores our information
Has an
has
update.
been evolved.
Yeah. It's got new features.
Why
may
can't
or may
they
not
just
be-
say that? Where's the Fisher Price version of this?
This is
Why do
Fisher
they have...
Price.
No, it's not. I need
They're
just
not going into any kind
They
of
just need a
detail on this.
thing. I'm sorry. I know that sometimes there's kids watching, but they just need a thing right here that says, we did shit. It's better now. It should suck less.
That's what all the updates. That's the point of an update. They're never going to do an update to make it worse. So whenever you see an update, if you don't know, just assume they made it better because that's
Hold on,
what
what's Jen say? SQL coding is fun. No coding is fun. That's a lie.
they did. SQL, everybody loves SQL.
I'm data analyst in my full-time job and work with my SQL.
MySQL.
SQL, sorry.
SQL. You can call it SQL if you want, but
Apparently I'm not nerdy enough. Hi, Desiree. Hi, Christina. Okay, so if you scroll up, Christina, or down, not really sure, I put a link in the comments. There was an email that was sent out to Etsy about Etsy's use of performance, and it's very techie sounding, so we're just breaking it down as to what part of the information actually matters to us. And so far, we've talked about the database version upgrades, which they literally didn't have to put a paragraph after that because all
this is Vivid Cortex selling their software. That's why they're expanding on it. So
Well, that's so dumb. I'm not buying their stuff. I am not buying what you're selling, bro. All I need to know is that you updated your database.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they did. It doesn't affect your shops
So
at
that's
all.
the same for number 2 then in this doc. The database schema changes is the same thing. They're rearranging data. They're taking these pieces and putting them here, these pieces putting them here, and changing the way the data is stored so that when they call the data, so if somebody types a search in for baby hats or something, it gets a result back instantly. So the better they are at organizing their data and the more fancy ways they have of storing their data in different places that they can access quickly, the quicker the site performs, the quicker your searches return results. and
Okay,
the
so
better
this
those
one
results
just
are.
says finds shit faster.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. That's what section 2 says.
And they
Section
can,
2 says
they
that
can monitor.
your searches are going to get found faster.
Yeah, and they monitor the crap out of everything, like latency. What latency is if when they send a result, so they send, like, give me this file, how long it takes for the file to come back. So that request out, give me this, and to get it back, that's called latency.
Ashley, why are you so upset? Then bring it here. I will fix it.
Okay, hardware changes.
Upgrades.
Yes, this is physical upgrades, so they're upgrading their
I will
computer.
fix it, honey. It's okay.
In this case, they're talking about upgrading their
What
hard
are you
drives.
doing? Don't look at me. Talk to them.
Messaging people on Facebook.
Yeah,
for
she's texting people for
Awesome.
you.
So they were talking
Oh,
about
emails.
switching
About cheddar
from
buffalo
spindle
wings.
discs to SSDs. So a spindle disk are the, now I guess they would be considered old style of hard drive. The hard drive in your computer is the thing that stores all the data. And it's pretty much the
Corbin,
only part of
Ashley,
a
come
computer
here,
that's
please.
left that has moving
Ashley.
parts.
That's enough.
Everybody's yelling.
Look at me. Look, I know he touched it.
So it's the only part of a computer that has moving parts,
Allows
so
you to
it's going to
move.
be the
Here's your
slowest
game.
part because it has to physically, it spins in circles and there's a little arm
Corbin,
that
move.
reads data. And if you want
Don't
to learn
sit
about
on
hard
yourself.
drives, we can do that later. But SSDs are different. They're faster because they are solid. It's all electronically done. There's no moving parts in it. It's just like a big flash drive.
Kathy Wagner wants to know what you're talking about. What, buddy?
There's a link higher up or lower in this post, and it's a thing over on vividcortex.com. They just posted they put up a thing about how they helped Etsy with updates, and we're just kind of making it into human speech instead of...
I'm making it into humor speech. Human, not humor. Humor. Human. Ah.
So this is the same thing. They're saying they had the spindle disks, which are slower, and they're upgrading to faster SSDs, and they use Vivid Cortex to do an A and B test, which is, duplicate the same exact data on the same on different drives. See how fast it takes on the slow drive, see how fast it takes on the fast drive. Boom, and now they go, okay, it's going to be 10 times faster or 20 times faster because SSDs are great. Code changes.
Corbin, go watch your
Same
movie,
thing.
please.
Updates again. Same as the first two, basically. But it's saying that, Etsy's huge. They do a whole bunch of stuff, and they update their code. Could be multiple times a day that they're pushing out code changes of some sort, whether search algorithms or different ways of getting data or different ways of storing stuff. And with this Vivid Cortex software, apparently they have a nice way to view those changes before the data is replicated. And data replication is just they're making backups of your data, which is why you don't lose your stuff. Because I'm sure everybody here would be pissed if one day you logged in and your site was gone, not like, shut off, which I understand is happening and people are getting mad at that, but just gone as in deleted and they don't have it anymore.
So
That would make people
That's what
very,
these-
very angry.
that's what the benefits of these hardware upgrades is?
No, the hardware upgrades were speed, and then they're talking about
Oh, you're talking
code
about-
changes. So if they make a change in code and it works on the local copy, cool. But then every X hours, I would assume that they're doing a replication, so they're taking all of the Etsy data and pushing it somewhere else, so that there's another copy of it in case this building that stores that your information's in blows up. They have another copy of it somewhere else.
Okay.
So during that replication
Corbin,
change,
leave it, please.
they don't know if that code change is going to affect the replication in any way. We almost lost the glass. So this way, Vivid Cortex can check things like that before it gets to replication.
Ashley, I already told you, if you need help, come here. Don't yell.
So that's the end of that document. But we'll just talk quickly about the databases. So we were saying earlier that all the data is probably not stored in the same database.
Wait, what is this?
Yeah, like backing up a hard drive, exactly. So these databases are massive, like way huge, like probably a couple hundred terabytes easily with all the pictures and everything that's stored here.
A couple terabytes?
Hundred, couple hundred
Oh, okay.
terabytes easily.
I was gonna say.
So they're stored on fancy hardware that all it does is storage. It's called a SAN. Yeah, my son says hi.
Corbin says hi.
Look, that's you. You say me.
Okay, shh. You're gonna sit here. You gotta be quiet.
So before we get sidetracked, databases. So your data is probably split among different databases. It just
No,
makes
gosh,
sense to
this
do
time.
that. So the other thing is when they do a search, you need when you type in hats or something into Etsy, you want results instantly. You don't
Are you
want to sit
hinting that
there.
you want a hat for your birthday? Because you keep talking about hats.
My head is freezing. bad with examples. So your data stored here, but then they have to parse your data. They have to look through your data and pick out keywords and pick out how many characters do they use for their search algorithm, SEO.
For the titles?
Yeah.
140.
So those 140 characters go into a fast database. Your tags go into a fast database. Parts of your description, I guess, are also used in SEO. All of
Corbin,
those go into
stop.
like an SEO database. So that
I'm trying.
he's typing stuff for you.
Oh, jeez. All right, you need to go play. I'm so sorry, guys.
So that when you do a search,
I just stuck
it's
my arm in
quick.
cake.
Because you're just searching through the SEO database, you're not searching through everybody's sites live. Doing that would take like minutes, probably more than minutes to do that. So that's why it takes a couple weeks, or a week to 4 weeks for your data to move over, because your data has to physically move. When you make an update on your site, they have little crawlers that they're called that would go through and reread your data, see if there's any changes. Once the changes are found, it'll move it over into the database that the searches are used against, which is cool. He's eating cake straight off the platter now.
Oh, seriously? Whatever.
And I think they were also talking about up in the top here.
Wait, so go over that again. Why does it take 1 to 4 weeks? I was distracted
You were
with
not
Corbin.
paying attention.
I was distracted with Corbin.
Everybody else was paying attention.
I highly doubt that.
Okay, so
You were using your Ben Stein
everybody's
voice.
websites.
Your Ben Stein voice? Charlie Brown's parents?
Charlie Brown's parents or Ben Stein?
Oh my god.
Everybody's websites, they're all stored somewhere. There's no way that Etsy could do a search live against everybody's webpage,
Okay.
because there's so much data to go through, it would take forever. So what they do is they have these things called crawlers, which are programs. Google, everybody uses these too. They're just little things. They're just called crawlers. And what it does is it'll go and check what your page and see what kind of changes are made. So it's on a schedule. So they're constantly running, and it might take 1 to 4 weeks to get back to your page. When it does, it notices that, hey, you changed this title, you changed these tags. Now I have to go over to this other database that is the one that's searched when somebody types in a search into the Etsy search bar.
Okay.
And moves the change over. So that's
Okay.
why it's going to take. But if somebody opens your page, they're accessing your page's database directly, so they see the changes instantaneous. But the search isn't going to pick it up for 1 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
They were also talking about their database, or no, the schemas. Which one were they saying?
But this is so pretty much none of this is going to affect the Etsy algorithm.
No, this is not talking direct about
It has
the
nothing
algorithm,
to
no.
do. Well, not just the other. I'm just saying it has nothing to do with any. There's nothing sellers need to worry about.
No.
It's just Etsy's upgrading.
Yep, this is just Vivid
Their
Cortex
stuff.
saying, "Hey, look at us! You should buy from us because we help."
So
Etsy.
they're
Etsy is
using
huge."
Etsy as a marketing campaign.
Yes.
Etsy works fantastic. We built them.
They
see.
do a lot of crazy cool stuff.
Well, they
with
make
that.
it sound really scary. They make it sound like shit's changing, and it's not.
Well, it always is changing.
Well-
Etsy is changing, but that's something. Yeah, I can't find which one of these, but they were talking about they can do side by side A and B comparisons.
Oh
So-
yeah, that's what you were gonna say.
What Etsy does
When they're doing their
when
testing.
so when they're doing their testing, that's disgusting. They jamming his finger.
My son has found Ashley's leftover birthday cake, and the cover happened to be off of it, so he's just shoveling spoonfuls of frosting into his face while we're doing this.
All right, so because Etsy has so many databases, they can make, when they're doing their testing, they don't make a change and apply it to everybody. That wouldn't make sense because it would drag the testing out. If they have to test, let's say, 10 different things, they'd have to, make a change, let it roll out for a couple of weeks, however long it takes, collect their data, blah, blah, blah. So what they can do is side by side. So they can say, like, okay, this group of sites gets one group of settings, this group of sites gets another, this group gets another, so on and so forth. They can do that a couple different times and run like 6, 7, 10 different tests at the same time and track all their data so that they know that okay, these changes helped, these didn't, which is why sometimes when the testing happens, somebody's like, this is great, I'm getting 10 million views, and somebody else is like, my views just disappeared. It could be because you're on a different, they're testing that site differently than they're testing yours, or maybe just your keywords don't work with the new testing, or a billion other things. Computers are fun.
So that's everything that was on.
Yep. I
This?
probably just made this worse.
Why?
Because nobody understands what I'm saying. I don't understand what I'm saying.
That's not a good thing to admit when you're doing it live.
That's what you do in IT. Nobody knows what they're doing. How many other people work in IT that can agree with me on that?
Well, there was one person. Jen does.
Yeah, the database. The person
See?
plays with MySQL. They don't know what they're doing.
No, but you made people feel better though, knowing that they don't actually have to like worry. It's just Etsy's doing things that are better, and
Yeah, and that's a great thing about Etsy is they're doing all this test because they want to make money. So I'm sure this Vivid Cortex software is nowhere near cheap. Like what they can do with this software sounds pretty impressive just from this one doc, but they're probably upselling it a bit. But either way, Etsy wants you to get sales. So they're going to do everything they can to try to increase the number of sales going through here, and that means faster results and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
is there any other tech talk you want to do today?
I can talk about a whole bunch of random stuff.
Please stop.
And if anybody needs tech help, what was it, Jennifer? The monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 90% when I was working in IT, I was doing help desk coordinator because they didn't want to pay me to be a manager, so they call me a coordinator and have people work for me, but they don't report to me. It's cool, I guess. But yeah, same thing. Yeah, Google is like 90% of where you find your answers. And the
Kristen's
rest
kids
is
are
'cause
yelling
you
in
work
response to
teams.
our kids. They're communicating.
Oh, great. He's got frosting all over his fingers.
I was going to say
Clean
something.
it off with this big sharp knife.
Oh, and random fact, tomorrow is 1 year that this guy has been retired working for me. Woo! Did you know that, honey?
I think I might have.
Tomorrow is your 365th day of not...
I need a
working.
vacation.
Okay, so does this mean that Etsy is done with testing? No.
Of course not. They're never going to be done.
This has nothing to do with the actual testing that Etsy was doing. This has to do with Etsy's upgrading their own software and hardware so that your shops run more efficiently, but it has nothing to do with the algorithms at all.
Yeah. This doc that we went over is it's from a different company. It's from a company called Vivid Cortex that apparently has sold Etsy some software. And they're just kind of saying, hey, look at us, we helped Etsy. You should talk to us too if you're a big company.
Corbin, not right now. But yeah, if anybody ever has any computer-based questions, or if you want to upgrade your computer, or if you want to buy pieces of a computer, I don't know, if you want to change something on your computer,
Yep.
please feel free to message me anytime. This kid,
Windows, no Macs. Macs are terrible.
yeah, that's true.
If you have a
No
Mac,
lie.
you should just throw it in the trash.
Sarah runs a Mac.
Sarah, just throw it in the trash.
A lot of these graphics people use Macs.
Yeah, that's an old archaic thing. It used to be better, but not anymore.
I don't know how to say you're fine. Mwah, there's a kiss. You're all better. I don't know how to say her name.
If your husband is making
No, hold
his
on.
computer, no.
No, Ashra is a bit late, but
PC part picker.
what about Newegg?
PC part picker.
She wants to know if, because of all of this upgrading with Etsy, if we could expect any glitches.
Always, they are going to try like 110% to not have any kinds of glitches, but it's going to happen. I mean...
What kind of glitches are we going to expect?
You can't. You can never predict what's going to happen, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. I mean, hopefully nothing's gonna.
Oh, Andrea must know how you test screen colors.
Take your Mac and put it in the trash. What do you mean? Do you mean like make sure your blue is blue and your green is green and all that fun stuff?
I would
If you
assume
want to
so.
do that, then you need usually it's some sort of like specialized software that comes with physical color cards, or actually now they have little camera things that you can hang on your monitor too. So you can like hang a camera on your monitor and then have it flash colors, and it'll adjust off that too. But they're usually kind of pricey if that's what you're talking about.
What is? Oh, I can't think of the word. The stupid storage units. What are those things called?
Hard drive?
No, it's not. Etsy doesn't have hard drives that they store all this on.
Yes.
Database.
Okay.
You guys, cut it out. Somebody else asked how to calibrate colors on PCs as well.
Yeah, so you can calibrate your color if it depends on what you're doing. If you just want to calibrate your color of your monitor like closely to what it should be, you can go in, there are I don't know it off the top of my head, but you can go into your settings and you can do that. But if you need the color to be exact because you're printing from your PC to something and you need your colors to be exact, like when you're looking at it on your screen compared to when it's printed, you want them to look the exact same, then that's going to be pricey to do that because you have to buy specialized software and cards and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there's 100 different things like Color Monkey or something else that you could color correct with.
What is all this stuff with monkeys?
It's fun. Code Monkey, Color Monkey. There's your new mail account is like Mail Monkey.
MailChimp.
MailChimp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything's got to do with
They're
monkeys.
cute.
Dude, monkeys mess shit up. Have you ever seen a monkey in a room?
They throw their shit.
That's what I'm saying. So why did people keep choosing that to represent their companies? I don't
It's
understand.
quirky. It's a bunch of nerds. That's why.
She doesn't need it to be perfect. She just needs
All
it
right,
to
were
be...
you the Mac or the Windows, Diane?
I can't scroll down in the comments, so I'm not sure. Wrong window.
My bad.
She's Windows.
Okay, cool. Cool. I gotta find it. So if you're balancing it in Windows, it would either have to be through your graphic card manufacturer or on the monitor itself. So it's kind of unique to your situation, so I can't give you info right now, but I can talk to you later if you want, and we can figure it out.
Yeah, you want me to, I'm gonna find Scott's, I'm gonna have Scott be joining, all the groups.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I don't know how to use Facebook.
Well, you're gonna learn, buddy. I'm gonna have
Don't
Scott.
ask me to help with your VCR or DVR or any of that.
Who has a VCR?
People used to do that to me all the time. They're like, you know electronics. I'm like, no, I know computers.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be adding Scott to the groups so that he can help with tech questions. So, anybody that has
Do you want me to go straight?
Corbin,
Go straight.
anybody that
Welcome over.
has like those color questions that we talked about tonight, feel free to send Scott a friend request, and you can PM him and bug him all you want.
And I might not notice it because I don't use Facebook.
This is true. If for some reason you're trying to contact him and you're like, dude, your husband is ignoring me, just message me and I'll slap him in the face a bit and get him to answer you. Okay, but that is my tips and tricks for today because my children are losing it. And then that's going to cause me to lose it.
Move away from the couch, Ashley, so we don't
So,
jump on you.
if you have any questions about the link that we sent, pretty much there is nothing that is going
I will go take care.
to be changed. Thank you. Nothing is changing on Etsy that has to do with you directly. That email, all it says is that Etsy is updating their software and hardware to make their Etsiness run swifter. It has nothing to do with the algorithm. They are still testing. But if I find out any more about the algorithm, I will be sure to let you guys know. And if you have any questions about building a PC or what have you, setting up your monitors, feel free to message Scott. If you guys want to check out the new website that he just made for me, it's theshopdoc.co, just co, not com, theshopdoc.co. It's pretty sweet. You guys can order any shop critiques you want, any mentor calls you want. And if you want a mentor call with Scott as well, I can let, just buy it through me. And if you want to talk to him about the computers or whatever, that works for me. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And yeah, that's my Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Hopefully next week I will be able to talk a little bit more, and hopefully the children will be napping. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.